In the rolling hills of South Africa, beneath the warm African sun, a little boy ran barefoot through the fields, unaware that his name would one day be known across the globe. His name was Nelson Mandela. He was born in 1918 in a tiny village called Motivational. Raised in the traditions of the Xhosa people, young Mandela grew up listening to stories of ancient warriors and dreaming of freedom, not just for himself, but for everyone. But the world outside his village was not free. South Africa was ruled by a system called apartheid, a law that separated people by their skin color. Mandela saw how people like him, black South Africans, were denied basic rights. They couldn't vote. They couldn't live where they wanted. They couldn't even walk in certain places or go to the same schools. Instead of staying silent, Nelson stood up. He became a lawyer, using his education to defend the poor and powerless. He joined the African National Congress and began peacefully protesting against apartheid. But the government didn't want change. They labeled him a criminal, a troublemaker. And in 1962, they arrested him. His crime? Fighting for freedom. Nelson Mandela was sent to prison for 27 years. He spent much of that time on Robben Island, breaking rocks in the hot sun, sleeping on the floor, barely seeing his family. But even in that cold, dark cell, he did not hate. He read, he wrote, he taught other prisoners. He trained his heart to forgive. His enemies had taken his freedom, but they couldn't take his hope. Outside the prison walls, something amazing was happening. People were marching, protesting, singing his name. Free Nelson Mandela. And finally in 1990, after 27 years, he was released. When he walked out, the world held its breath. What would he say? Would he be angry? Would he seek revenge? Nelson Mandela stood before the world and said, "I have walked that long road to freedom. I have tried not to falter. I have made missteps along the way. But I have discovered the secret. After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb." In 1994, Nelson Mandela became the first black president of South Africa, and instead of punishing his enemies, he invited them to sit at the same table. He shook hands with those who once jailed him. He called for peace, not war. He helped build a new nation, united, not divided. He created the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, where people confessed past crimes, and forgiveness healed wounds. He believed, courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. Nelson Mandela didn't just change laws, he changed hearts. He passed away in 2013, but left behind a message the world must never forget. No one is born hating another person. People must learn to hate. And if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. Kids, remember, you don't need superpowers to change the world. Just a strong heart, a kind soul, and the courage to forgive. Like Nelson Mandela, you can choose peace. You can rise above hate. You can be the light in someone's darkness. If Nelson Mandela's story touched your heart, comment below with one thing you learned. Don't forget to like, subscribe for more true hero stories, and share this with someone who believes in hope. Because forgiveness is not weakness, it's the strongest power of all.